I don't care.
No,
Like, any better look at you.
That was a trip to Florida a couple weeks. Holes and, he said you'd have to torch it.
You're not dry.
But the bin
Our
itself
lake
is
is.
good. I mean, you can take it.
We
Yeah.
went out of water.
Thank you.
We have a public hearing before our meeting here. The public hearing is for the revisions to the EDA Grant Award for Economic Development Initiative. Do I have anybody, I have to say this 3 times, do I have anybody that would like to speak on behalf of the EDA Grant Award for Economic Development? Is there anybody that would like to speak on behalf of the EDA Grant Award for Economic Development? 3rd time, is there anybody here that would like to speak on behalf of the EDA Grant for Economic Development? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Commissioner McConnell,
Present.
Commissioner Baldwin,
Present.
Commissioner Beeden,
Present.
Commissioner Dunn,
Present.
Commissioner Rushing,
Also present.
Commissioner Vandenbosch,
Here,
Here.
You do realize we were
Um,
saying pleasant.
Item 3.
I realize that.
Item 3, A and B, additions, deletions, changes.
At this time, I'd like to make an addition to add resolution 22-36, amending resolution 22-24, awarding grant to EDA for Economic Development Initiative, and also adding item B, Economic Development Alliance Subrecipient Agreement Amendment.
Support.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Do I have an approval for the agenda?
This time I move to approve the agenda as revised.
Support.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Item 5.
I would make a motion to approve and file the minutes of the 9/1/22 standing committee meeting.
Support.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
There's no proclamations, consent agendas A through D.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve items 7A through 7D on the consent agenda.
Support.
Discussion on any of these items? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Reports of standing and special committees. I'm going to start with Commissioner Vandenbosch.
We're starting construction on the the warning sirens. We should have that done within the next 2 months, as long as we get all our hookups from the Edison and that. And we had very successful Battle of the Bands a couple weeks ago, did very well. Total numbers, we raised $11,100 for the 3 schools and another $6,800 for the Marine City Lions Club.
Good job.
And
Great
thanks,
event.
Jeff, for your assistance,
Very nice.
being a bad guy.
Yeah, I do it well. No, it was a great event, man. Kudos to you, Dave. Dave Rushing.
Real brief, attended Columbus Township meeting Tuesday night. Pretty spirited meeting. They had some issues they were discussing, but we talked about the ARPA funds and everything and gave an explanation to the Board of Trustees what that was spent for, and gave them a rundown of some of the things happening at the county and an explanation with Dr. Mercantant, which was requested of me, so I attended their meeting.
Okay. Commissioner Dunn.
No, sir.
Commissioner McConnell.
Central Dispatch, I got an email from Tina. I don't know, did you just get it too?
Yes,
got-
I did.
The state police tower that's is that in your township, Georgia? The one, I don't remember the township it was in.
It's in the northern
It's
areas.
in the
Birchville.
northern, it's not in mine, but it's out so it must be.
Birchville.
Birchville? They're actually gonna get some new software and something that they're gonna be plugging some antennas, or they're doing something out there that they're gonna see if they can get some new activity for that tower to be used. So, without maybe spending $1 million on a new tower. And then the other thing too is we're having a hard time hiring people for dispatchers at 911. So I don't know if we're gonna have to look at doing something different, but I mean, there's lots of jobs available at lots of different money intervals, and we don't pay a lot of money to get going on those things. So I don't know. It's something that's probably gonna have to be looked at. That's
Okay.
it.
Commissioner Baldwin.
I don't think I have anything tonight.
Commissioner Beeden.
Nothing tonight.
I'm going to take a pass. Citizens wishing to address the board. Are there any citizens wishing to address the board? Seeing none, moving on to unfinished business, no unfinished business. New business, item 11A, approval of the county disbursements.
Mr. Chair, I would move to approve the August 2022 county disbursements in the amount of $23,592.
23 million.
Oh, what did I say?
23,000.
$23,592,455.38.
Support.
Discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Beeden,
Yes.
Commissioner McConnell,
Yes.
Commissioner Rushing,
Yes.
Commissioner Baldwin,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner Vanden Bosch.
Yes.
Chairman Bone.
Yes. Item B, the contract renewal approval.
This time I'd like to make a motion, excuse me, to approve the renewal contract with Everbridge for the Mass Notification Alert System subscription for term of 9/18/22 through 9/18/23 in the amount of $44,975.95.
Support.
Thank you.
Discussion on this. Roll call.
Commissioner Vanden Bosch,
Yes.
Commissioner Rushing,
Yes.
Commissioner Beeden,
Yes.
Commissioner Baldwin,
Yes.
Commissioner McConnell,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Chairman Bone.
Yes. Item C.
This time I move to approve the fiscal year 2023 Michigan Indigent Defense Commission grant contract and to approve the addition of a part-time summer law clerk to the Public Defender's Manning Table.
Support.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Item D.
This time I'd like to make a motion to approve the Health Department request to close the Health Department on October 5th, 2022 for staff training.
Support.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Item E.
This time I move to approve the Health Department agreement with Murraysville Public School District for full-time public health nursing services for a term of 9/1/22 through 8/31/2023 in the amount of $92,769.52.
Support, Beeden.
Discussion.
So there were some people who had questions about this at the last meeting. Do we know if that did Liz King, was she able to handle, it was Marysville Schools just hiring the health department to provide nursing services, or will the health department be actually making programming or putting together programming? I feel like that was the question from,
So I believe Liz was able to answer the questions. She did have some citizens attend the Board of Health meeting, and I believe she was able to address their questions there.
wonderful. Thank you.
Anything else? Roll call.
Commissioner Baldwin,
Yes.
Commissioner McConnell,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner Rushing,
Yes.
Commissioner Vanden Bosch,
Yes.
Commissioner Beeden,
Yes.
Chairman Bone.
Yes. Item F.
I would make a motion to approve the amendment for Michigan State University Extension Services to increase the amount of the agreement by $16,669 for the remainder of fiscal year 2022.
Support.
Discussion. Roll call.
Commissioner Vanden Bosch,
Yes.
Commissioner Beeden,
Yes.
Commissioner McConnell,
Yes.
Commissioner Baldwin,
Yes.
Commissioner Rushing,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Chairman Bone.
Yes. Item G.
At this time, I'd like to make a motion to approve the Comprehensive Emergency Management Plan update for 2022.
Support.
Thank you.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Item H.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve fiscal year 2023 Emergency Management Program Grant Work Agreement.
Support.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Item I.
Mr. Chair, I'd move to approve the fiscal year 2023 Traffic Enforcement Program Grant application in the amount of $50,890.
Support.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Item J, the Metropolitan Planning Commission appointment.
I would move to appoint Katie Stepp to the Metropolitan Planning Commission representing recreation tourism for the remainder of the three-year term expiring 12/31/2024.
Support. Baldwin.
Discussion. For those of you that may not know Katie, she works closely with the CVB, and I know you probably get emails from her and so on and so forth, so she does a lot of stuff there. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Item K.
This time I move to adopt the 2022 general fund budget adjustments as presented.
Support.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Item L.
This time I'd like to make a motion to approve the District 3 American Rescue Plan project to install a fiber line to Blue Water Hospice Home in the amount of $40,000.
Support.
Discussion. Roll call.
Commissioner Rushing,
Yes.
Commissioner Beeden,
Yes.
Commissioner McConnell,
Yes.
Commissioner Baldwin,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner Vanden Bosch,
Yes.
Chairman Bone,
Yes. Item M.
Mr. Chair, I'd move to approve the District 4 American Rescue Plan for the purchase of medical equipment for the Blue Water Hospice Home in the amount of $79,000.
Support. Beeden.
Discussion. Roll call.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner Vanden Bosch,
Yes.
Commissioner Baldwin,
Yes.
Commissioner Beeden, Commissioner Rushing,
Yes.
Commissioner McConnell,
Yes.
Chairman Bone.
Yes. Item N.
I would make a motion to approve District 1 American Rescue Plan project for the purchase of several culverts and a generator for Lynn Township in the amount of $45,079.96.
Support.
Discussion. Roll call.
Commissioner Beeden,
Yes.
Commissioner Rushing,
Yes.
Commissioner Vanden Bosch,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner McConnell,
Yes.
Commissioner Baldwin,
Yes.
Chairman Bone.
Yes. Item O.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the District 1 American Rescue Plan project for a broadband study and defibrillator for Muzzy Township in the amount of $50,000.
Support.
Discussion. One of the things that I'm actually working on setting up, we had a meeting set up, but we had to cancel, so we couldn't make it, is with the RISA to talk about, and I know Dave's going to be part of it, and Steve Samaskos is going to be coming on the board, and anybody else that would perhaps have some issues in the rural areas to talk about broadband, and I'm ignorant at best with it. Bill Graytop, former commissioner, actually still sits on that broadband committee, and Reese is kind of the one that oversees it and that stuff, just to see where some of the gaps, I guess, that would still, exist and stuff. So I'll be working on, getting that set up. Roll call.
Commissioner Vanden Bosch,
Yes.
Commissioner Rushing,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner Beeden,
Yes.
Commissioner Baldwin,
Yes.
Commissioner McConnell,
Yes.
Chairman Bone.
Yes. Item P.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the request to add a full-time data manager position to the Health Department manning table beginning 10/1/2022.
Support.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Item Q.
This time I'd like to make a motion to approve the Medicare Advantage renewal as presented for the 2023 and 2024 calendar years in the projected total amount of $1,196,698.
Support.
Discussion. Question for Carrie. Percentage increase?
We actually saw a significant decrease of 26% for our regular plan and 16.5% for the hardship plan.
Just good. I know the insurance thing's been pretty stable and going down the last couple, I mean, we were staring at 15, 18% increases every year, so on and so forth. Causes for it? Do we?
There was a change in the pharmacy provider with Blue Cross and also some changes in the centers for Medicare and Medicaid services and how it's funded. So that was the bulk of our change.
Okay, very good. Roll call.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner McConnell,
Yes.
Commissioner Rushing,
Yes.
Commissioner Baldwin,
Yes.
Commissioner Vanden Bosch,
Yes.
Commissioner Beeden,
Yes.
Chairman Bone.
Yes. Item R.
This time I move to approve the increase to the landfill operation agreement with Pulaski Excavating for the septage bladder tank replacement in the amount not to exceed $175,000.
Support.
Discussion. Roll call.
Commissioner Baldwin,
Yes.
Commissioner Rushing,
Yes.
Commissioner McConnell,
Yes.
Commissioner Beeden,
Yes.
Commissioner Vanden Bosch,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Chairman Bone,
Yes. Item S.
Mr. Chair, I move to adopt Resolution 22-35, approving the acquisition grant application for the St. Clair County to acquire .61 acres property along the north channel of the St. Clair River in Clay Township, adjacent to the new North Channel County Park property in the amount of $148,000, combined with a local match of $52,000.
Support.
Discussion. Just starting to get going on the park down there in the
Mhm.
south part of the county, so good stuff. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Item T.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the excess workman's comp insurance rider with Midwest Casualty Company for a term of 1 year in the amount of $75,17.
Support.
Discussion. Roll call.
Commissioner Rushing,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner Baldwin,
Yes.
Commissioner Beeden, Commissioner Vanden Bosch,
Yes.
Commissioner McConnell,
Yes.
Chairman Bone,
Yes. Item U.
I would make a motion to adopt Resolution 22-36, amending Resolution 2214, awarding a grant to the Economic Development Alliance of St. Clair County for economic development initiatives.
Support. Discussion. Is that a roll call?
yeah, it should be.
Yeah, roll call.
Commissioner Beeden,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner Baldwin,
Yes.
Commissioner Rushing,
Yes.
Commissioner Vanden Bosch,
Yes.
Commissioner McConnell,
Yes.
Chairman Bone,
Yes. Item V.
This time I'd like to make a motion to approve the amendment to the subrecipient agreement with the Economic Development Alliance for Community Development and Block Grant Funding for the Economic Development Initiative in the revised amount of $500,000.
Support. Discussion. Roll call.
Commissioner McConnell,
Yes.
Commissioner Baldwin,
Yes.
Commissioner Beeden,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner Rushing,
Yes.
Commissioner Vanden Bosch,
Yes.
Chairman Bone,
Yes. Administrators report.
Another dispatch update. As some of you may remember, approximately 2 years ago, maybe a little longer, dispatch had started an initiative working with Unication to have a micro tower site put in Marine City at the south end of the county to help with some of the coverage issues. We did receive word that this week that the first test site is being installed in Lansing. And if that is successful, then we are next on the list for a test site. I know we started that project, and then when COVID hit, it's kind of been at a standstill. So that project does appear to be moving forward. I believe that equipment was scheduled to be installed today at that microsite in Lansing. And their initial thoughts were that they were getting excellent building penetration. So we're hopeful that we will be next. I don't have a date or a time frame, but at least there is some movement on that. The CIP task force met last week to review and score all of the projects submitted to our capital improvement plan. We are still on track for the public hearing to occur in October and for the final plan to be presented to you in November. About a month or two ago, the county did do an RFQ process for pre-qualified architects and engineers. This is a process we go through every probably 5 years or so to pre-qualify a group of architects and engineers to bid on our projects. So the committee met and scored each of the submittals, and then some finalists will be brought in and interviewed, and then those candidates or the finalist will be brought to the board for approval. It's our goal to have that to you before year end. The Public Health Improvement Plan Stakeholder Group also met earlier this week. I know many of you I think all of you are on that invite list, and you did receive a link to a survey. That group is working on reviewing the plan that was done and identifying the priority areas for the next few years. So I would encourage you to look at that email and go ahead and take that survey so you can weigh in on what you feel the best public health priorities should be for the next several years. The retirement board met earlier this week, and our investment reports unfortunately show our pension fund is down just a little over 13% this year. Our healthcare trust is scheduled to meet, I believe, later this month or early October, so we will have an update on that one at the next meeting. And last, with the passage of the ambulance millage, we will be required to have an agreement with each local unit for the distribution of those funds. So I have been working with legal counsel on that blanket agreement. And what will happen is we will distribute the funds to the local unit, and then they will use those funds to pay their ambulance provider, or in the case of Marysville, they do provide the service themselves. But each local unit will be required to sign an agreement, and then those will all come before you as they come in. And that's all I have for this evening, unless there's any questions.
October 12th is our healthcare trust fund meeting.
Okay. I knew it was coming up. It was on the calendar.
Questions for Carrie? Have a motion.
So moved.
I'll support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Any miscellaneous business to come before us? Seeing none, receive and file.
Mr. Chair, I would move to receive and file packets that were sent to commissioners, packets at their places, and any other information presented.
Support.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 15, we're going to motion to go into closed session, then we are going to adjourn.
Can I make a motion to adjourn?
Closed session.
And then go to closed session, adjournment afterward.
Support.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?